Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade and this is How to App on iOS. And today we are going to be taking a look at FabFilter's brand new Pro-R 2. Boom! Strap yourselves in because this reverb is nuts. We're going to do it all about now. Hello and welcome to the show. I hope you are all doing really good. Let me know in the chat how you're doing. You doing good? I'm doing okay. Welcome to our Ward Warriors. You can become a Ward Warrior by clicking the join button below, and I will try my best to get as many custom emojis set up as I can. And it helps support the channel. It's only $1. And I want to thank all of the people who are Ward Warriors. 171 members. Wow. Thank you. All right, calm down. I'll force you to sleep in the closet again. Anyway, no, thank you so much. It's very, very, very humbling to see that. And thanks, Thomas, for putting that there and putting that link and stuff so you can hit the join button, do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? All right, we're doing FabFilter today. And you may have heard of this little company, FabFilter, and their little apps. You know, that may be like the industry standard of things across Mac and PC and iOS. You know, they only happen to be the industry standard for like, I don't know, forever. And they have not disappointed yet again. But we got a little bit of housekeeping to do here, so let's cover a couple of things before we get into it. Let's talk about, firstly, this. Logic got updated today. And let me tell you what. You want to see some updates? Have a look. Let's just go through these changes in this changelog. Are you still following along at home? And people said, when are they going to get their ass into gear? Oh, look what they did. Look at it all. Look at all that. Look, it's still going. Play services, step sequencer, sound library browser, drummer, drum machine designer, round tripping, automation, Apple Pencil, import. Boom. It's still going. We're still going. Look at this. This is an update. There you go. We're at the end. They finally pulled the trigger. But here's the bad news. You need to be on iOS 17. And as you may know, being a follower of this channel, I normally don't update until the end of the year. But I use Logic a hell of a lot. And some of the bug fixes that are in there, I need fixed now. So yes, today I'm going against... and I'm updating to iOS 17 across all devices today. But there is some kind of relief in this because normally with Apple's releases, what happens is that the 17.1, like .1, doesn't come out until the end of the year. They're normally super slow with them. They're normally like a 17.0.1 or, you know, there's a whole lot of those before. So they've actually been updating quite quickly this year. Does it mean that some other apps that I use may get kiboshed? It could do. Does that suck because this show is based on apps? Yes. But I'm going to have to do it. Now, let's talk about just quickly the main things that are in here, the new features. Now, this is huge. Hi. Let me do the hellos before. I forgot to do hello to you all. Let's do that. Princess LDG, hello. Jim Shannon, Thomas Christ. We've got Russ, 8889. Stick around after this show because it's episode 5 of Walk With Me, and Russ is the featured artist today, and you're going to get some laughs, trust me. Audible video, Jenny Jolivet. I said Jim already, yeah, hello. And Michael called in to say hello. Thanks for just stopping in, Michael. Joe Glenn, hello, Joe. What do you know? Gregory O'Sullivan, good to see you, my friend Greg. Who else have I missed? I think I've got you. I saw the Falcro right up the top here. Leela's going to be joining us next. She just did a great show, as always, because Leela is the schnizzle. All right. So there, I've said hello to you all. If I've missed you, you're probably lurking and you deserve it. All right. So let's oge back over here. The key features. Now, this is scary because if you're a patron, you know that I master songs each week. And now Apple have included, hello Matthias as well, Apple have included Deliver, a release-ready mix with Mastering Assistant and its professional palette of intuitive sound shaping tools. So they've put AI in there. They've put an AI mastering suite in there. So that's really cool. I'm super excited. Record live into Quick Sampler. Yay! About time. With drum kits, interact seamlessly between apps like voice memos, because now you can use split view and stage manager, select and drag multiple files into a project. Wow. Amazing. Seriously. No, I'm being, it looks like I'm being facetious, but I'm not. Instantly audition samples. So you can run your finger along all the samples in the little sample loop thing, and it just plays them one after another. Dun, 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 dun. It's really cool. Free hybrid textures sample alchemy pack includes 70 patches. So there's a new pack in there as well. And you know what? That's all we're going to cover of it today, because I will be doing my look at it before Thomas Christ You Rock this week, yeah? So that's when I'll take a look at it, because by then I'll have had it installed on my iPad. I'll have dealt with the craziness of iOS 17. Oh, thank you, Matthias. That's nice to know. I'll be dealing with, making sure everything's all right. And then we'll take a look at all these new features and some of the bug fixes and see if the bug fixes, some of my pet peeves, have been fixed. So that will happen before you rock this week. Let's quickly cover what's happening on the show for the rest of the week. Hi, JDL as well, my friend. So we got some cool stuff. Tomorrow we're taking a look at BAM. Man, I've been on the beta for this for 2 months. It's sick. We're going to take a look at it tomorrow. It is a groove box. It's a DAW. It's an AUV3 within an AUV3. You can put it in Logic as an AUV3, and it's a groove box inside. And it's crazy. It's really good. Patrons, I may have a few to give away. So that's happening tomorrow. Ed, hello Ed, good to see you. So as I mentioned too, the day after that will be this Logic sneak peek, and then we're also going to this week take a look at the new Kyber app for iOS, because now Kyber is out for AI generated videos. And let me tell you this, because our interview this week is I can't wait for this interview. We have Scars and Shadows coming on the show. And she's recently burst onto our little YouTube community here, and her music is sick. She's today's featured artist, so you get a taste of her music if you haven't heard her. And she's going to be my interview this week. Very, very excited to have Penny on the show. She's just awesome. And I'm sure you'll find out at the end of this show when you hear her goddamn music. It's sick. Okay. Let's dive in and say hello first to Sonic Vibe. Hello to you. And we'll go over to the Beat community and do all this stuff. So you can see news at the Beat community. You should check out the Beat community. Add them to your favorites. Beatcommunity.com. Imaginando release. Bam! And it's on desktop, iOS, and iPad. So you can share projects. It's really cool. So I think you can buy a universal thing for this as well for BAM, but we'll look at that tomorrow. Lagrange is got a price drop. UVI has the amazing Beat thingy, Beat Hawk, on sale. And all the in-app purchases are on sale as well. Beat Hawk, $4.99 currently, Beat Hawk, and all the in-app purchases are on sale. So if you've been hanging out for a while going, I really want that extra piano, head over there now and go get that. Is there anything else in here? Hello, Steve. Thank you. You were Son of Snake. What's going on, my friend? I hope you and the beautiful side of you are doing well. GSI released VB32 for iPad users. Nimbrini's got price drops. Let's look over at the price drops as well. Lagrange Ravenscroft is on sale. A nice half price, little half price saving there. Maze Tools Mutant, all the Nimbrini apps are like half price at the moment. Every one of them. They are getting in quick for the ding. For the, what is this thing that happens in November? Yeah, that Black Friday bizzo. Spatializer, there's going to be more. Even Cubase is on sale at the moment. Cubase 3 is on sale too. But we're here today for this, aren't we? FabFilter Pro-R 2. $39.99. If you've been around for a while, you know these apps aren't cheap. But in the scheme of things, $39.99 is pretty cheap compared to buying it on Mac and Windows. Well over $100 for those versions. Okay, let's have a look over here. So there's a few differences between the Mac PC and iOS version. Let's have a look how much it is first, because I don't know how much it is on Mac, and we'll get a goosey gander. There's the bundle. We're not looking at the bundle. Let's just select it. Boom. Select $169 US for the Mac PC version. So there you go. We'll come back over here. Pro-R. And then we'll talk about it too. They do. Absolutely a good point. I don't know if they'll put this up straight away. So the main differences between, and there's a lot of new features in here, a lot of improvements, and a couple of new features as well. But the main one that is missing from iOS is the first one. So full immersive Dolby Atmos functionality. Obviously, iOS can't do the Dolby Atmos thing yet. But everything else, it looks like impulse responses, brand new reverb algorithms, thickness ducking, auto gate, the retina display, decay rate, freeze button. All this stuff is all the same on iOS. A lot of the other stuff down here you'll see is like improved or new output metering. So there's a whole lot of new stuff to it. The interface hasn't changed too much, so you may look at it and go, it's not that much different. That's up to you to decide, really, and you to make a decision on it. If you already have Pro-R, you may not want to do this, right? You may not want to do it because Pro-R is already amazing. So let's dive over. We'll have a look at a little project I had to make this morning because, man, I'm so under the pump lately with things, shows and things. All right, but we made something. Yes, Zed. We talked about it at the start of the show. We'll do a show on it. Thank you, Third Person Productions, for telling everybody to hit the like. All right, let's play. And you can see here what we got. Piano Tech, we got Hammerhead, we got Cinematics, we got some bass, and we got some vocals too. And all of them, have a little bit of Pro-R2 on them. So I'll shut up. Here, play. I don't know what that was about. But check this out. So I've just got my mic here before we jump in, and I'm going to add the mic back over here. And look how sweet that reverb is. And like my mic now is right out of shot. So it's about this far away from me. It's over here. And listen to the reverb coming out of that mic. Boom. Hey, hey, hey. That is coming from this. You can see like, hello, hello, hello. It's really, it's a beast. So let's get in and have a look at this stuff. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to go through. Oops. Oh, no. Don't do that. Don't record. We're going to go through it on a piano, on some drums, on some vocals, a bit of guitar, just so you can hear some of the thingamabobs and all the new features. Let's clear this project. Just make sure I've saved it. Overwrite. Yeah, I've saved it. Save it. Overwrite. Goodbye. Goodbye to you. Yes. Okay, so we are going to add a MIDI channel and just a piano motifs because it's easy, you know, and it just makes up nice stuff that I don't have to think about and play. Well, I can show you where everything is. Piano Tech. We'll connect this into that, and then a Pro. Okay, let's generate some piano. We've got to set it to 69, of course. So I've made sure we've got the reverb and delay off this piano so it's nice and dry. Okay? Oh, I always do that. I never set it to loop. Hello, Alex Backus. So stick around for the end of the show, please, while I will be bouncing. Oh, let me stop this. I will be dumping you over to the episode 5 of Walk With Me today, but before we do it, I'll be giving you an announcement of what's happening with it because there has to be some changes. Some things happened, which you'll find out about. All right. Here is our interface. Now, very similar to the old version of Pro-R. Let's load that up. For some reason, I still have both. I think, do I still have them on here? Yes. So here they are. See if I can drag that out. All right, let's look at the noticeable difference. We've got a much smaller selection of knobs up here. So smaller selection of knobs because they've been moved around and they've been spaced out a little bit more. So in the original version, we had brightness, character, distance, space, decay rate, stereo width, and mix. That was pretty much it. Yeah, of course, we have our sections down the bottom here, which is our EQ of the reverb and our decay EQ, right? So they're both different. These two, if you've ever seen FabFilter apps and you're like going, I don't understand what the two different like lines are here. So we're looking at an overall EQ of the reverb, and this one is the decay rate. So an EQ decay rate. So if I put this up, this section of the EQ will have a longer decay and the low end will have a shorter decay, all right? So that is how that works. You can put points in and all that. So very similar, you know, around the dials, we have like these little preset things in here. So like a small room. So this hasn't changed. You can see those are up here as well. You can flick around them if you want to just quickly get to so you got a small space, you know, medium, large, and they get bigger as you go around. The new inclusions, as you can probably see, we've got a pre-delay up here. I can close this one out now. You don't need to see this. Let's just dive in and show you this full screen. So we have a pre-delay. This can be locked to the door, to your tempo. So you've got quarter note, 18th, 16th, and 32nd. That is a pre-delay you've got there. You can hit the lock. You can have it free. Do whatever you want. You have the character knob. So this is basically a modulation. So this will modulate everything, and you'll hear that shortly. We've got the thickness, which is, same thing as what is in the original one, just a little bit of a different algorithm. We have our distance. So with the distance, what this means is when you've got it low, you're going to get a reverb that sounds like it's closer to you, right? So you think about everything in reverb in a space, and when the distance is down low, it's going to feel like the piano is sitting on top of you, or you're sitting on the pianist's lap, getting a lap dance while he's playing. Everything's good, if that's what you like. And when we push the distance up all the way, this is where you're going to be getting that space, and it's going to sound like it's the pianist is maybe over in a different part of the room, yeah? So that is your space, that is the distance, and here is where we get our space. So we get a bigger room. So the distance is closer to you, further away, and then the space is the size of the room that they are distance from you. We have a brightness, so up this way is going to be a bright reverb. Down here is going to be a very dark reverb, and you'll hear that very clearly. We have a stereo width, which is wonderful. New stuff. Look at this new stuff. We got ducking. Now, what is the good of ducking? So if you don't know what ducking is, think about it like when somebody's on the radio, and there's music playing, there's some music on, and then the DJ comes on and goes, "Hey, everybody," and starts talking. And I think I can do it. Can I actually do it? I've got ducking here. Let me show you an example. Let me see. If I play this. Hello. There, here we go. So this music's up. And listen, when I talk, see how it drops down? La 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 la. La 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 la. So that's what ducking is. When you talk, it slightly lowers the sound so you can hear the voice coming through. Radio uses it all the time. Music uses it, and what's good about it for reverb is that if you're creating a mix and you're flooding all of your channels with reverb, you guys with all your ducks are in a row, and you've got heaps of channels with reverb, it can get a little bit washed out, and the actual original sound can get buried. But with ducking, it allows the main vocal or whatever it is to cut through, and then the reverb comes up. Kind of like side chaining in a way. Similar kind of thing. So there's our ducking that we have, new feature. Auto gate, this is new, really handy for drums. So you can actually add a gate to this, and if your drums got like if you've got a big reverb on there, but you want to keep that splashy sound, the auto gate can cut it off nice and quick, depending on how much. You can lock the gate to time as well. Very neat. We've got our mix button, of course, that every bloody app has. Pole vault, what's happening, my friend? Good to see you. Jerry Gomes, wonderful to see you, my friend. And up the top here, we have a freeze button. So what this does, it takes the reverb, the current, whenever you click it, and it keeps it going, right? So if I had kept this going here, it takes whatever part of the reverb tail was happening, and it freezes it, and it locks it in and keeps it going and going. So it's great for like ambient drones, all that kind of stuff. And that is one of the new features in here as well. There is a whole lot of brand new presets, lovely presets. But here's the fun stuff. Shall we dive straight into this before we start messing about? You can now import impulse responses. So if you have created your own impulse response, or you have a favorite impulse response from elsewhere, a reverb, then you can bring this in. It is lovely. But wait, it's not what you would expect for an impulse response. It's a little bit different. Normally with an impulse response, you bring it in. What I say at the start, $39.99 on iOS, Jerry, US. Normally with an impulse response, you bring it in to your little program and you can't edit it, okay? It is what it is. That's the impulse response, because an impulse response is a very swift audio recording of a space or an amp head or whatever it is. So it's only, you can't alter it, right? But this is where things get interesting, because they, FabFilter have decided to do something a little bit different. They have decided that, so let's show you how to do it. We're going to click the little impulse response. Let me find some impulse responses that I have somewhere. I hope. We got something here. Here we go. So these are a bunch of impulse responses. We got a whole bunch. What do we got here? We got an echo plate. Here's a big fat plate. Or this one's called Get It Wet. Oh, yeah. That sounds like me. All right. So we're going to load this impulse response. But watch what happens. Sorry, I'm not even showing you the screen. Watch what happens when I bring this in. You're going to see the wave file for a second. You're going to see the actual wave, and then it's going to turn into something else. Check this out. We have to download it. There's the wave file. And did you see that? How cool is that? So what FabFilter have chosen to do is, once the impulse response is loaded in, it takes all that data and then interprets it with all of FabFilter's very intelligent, I want to say AI, but it's probably not. Well, they probably have their own marketing name for it. But look at that. That has now recreated that impulse response in a FabFilter Pro-R workspace, which means if I don't like any of this, I can just change it at will. Wonderful stuff. Let's hit play. So we've got like a small space, big distance. And then I can save this if I want. I can save it in whatever presets I want. We could put it in we'll put it in this, what is it? A medium maybe? And call it IR new just for now. And now that is in my lovely little section here. Yeah, no need for AI, But, everybody, here's the deal. More and more companies are actually incorporating AI and not calling it AI because, well, it's not really intelligent. It's all bullshit. You're being fed lies. Pookie, what's going on? Beautiful Pookie. I hope you're well. Don't work too hard, my love. So, yeah, how cool is this? We've got our impulse responses. We can change them, save them. Let's load another one. Let's get in over here. Hey, Chili, what's going on, Mr. Chili Beans? I'm sure you're going to buy the shit out of this. Yeah, mate? Let's grab another one. What have we got? We've got a tremolo. Let's see what this one does. Tremolo left to right. Can it recreate it? I don't hear anything going left to right. But you can see we've got a completely different layout here. Let's try loading something that's maybe a bit smaller. See if we can find a smaller one. We've got a thin plate, a snare. Oh, we've got a snare plate here. Totally not the right one to add to a piano. But you can see a much bigger space. I really like that they did this. I really think that's a good idea to bring this in. It gives you so much more control over your sound, over what you're making here with a Pro-R. All right, let's go see if we can get back to our default setting and let's play with some sounds, shall we? So I'm going to turn everything down and all the width. Let's bring everything down to 0. ducking down auto gate, and let's just put up the mix. So I've put up just the mix, so there's no piano. And this is what we're getting. So our pre-delay is controlled by milliseconds. As I said, we can lock this. We've got a character. Now, when we add character, we're adding modulation. We need to give it some space. So there it is on 0. And when we turn it up, you should be able to hear some of this crazy modulation happening. Hello, Manny Vibes. Really beautiful. Also, what is new in here, and who do I see? Hi, Shelley. Welcome aboard. We have 3 presets up here. So we've got the modern, and now we have a vintage and a plate. Let's change between them. I really like this vintage one. It's nice. Here's the plate. Let's bring the original mix in. Oh, I've got both on, don't I? What a dick. I had both on, what an idiot. So here is our mix. I'm sorry about that, what an idiot. Here's our pre-delay. We'll lock this to a 16th. Let's go with our character. You should hear this much better now. Hear that? There we go. There, that's better. Man, I was wondering, what's going on? So it gives you that kind of bouncy, chorusy effect. Now let's check out the vintage. And the plate. Yeah, I know, right? Audible. So you can hear what that character does. It really gives it some haunting. It's very haunting stuff. Let's mess around with the thickness. So we just have just the reverb. That's all you're hearing now. There's no original piano. And you can hear straight away how thin that just got. Let's bring up the thickness. So remember, not only do you have the power to add brightness and thickness down here, this bottom EQ can add whatever you like to this. You can add some low end. So if we go over here, drop a point in, we can add some low end. Again, this is only the reverb that's being affected. If I bring the original piano back in, we can take all this bass out, add some mids. $39.99. Yes, Pete, I know. It's iOS 17. Thanks, Apple. But what a page of updates for Logic. Jesus. Looks like I'm updating today. So you've got plenty of power with the EQ. And remember, with all of the FabFilter apps, when you click on a node here, you have the option to use side chaining, mid chaining. You've got a stereo. You can go right. You can go left. You've got options in here for a bell. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see. So we've got bell, low cut, high shelves. So this is on every single node that you have. So if we went over here, we can add a low cut there. This is why FabFilter's suite of apps are the standard. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk more about this EQ section. Let's bring our reverb back. So now we just have all just reverb again, yeah? And let's play with some distance. So you can see when we turn up, hi Ali, when we turn up the distance, listen to what happens to the piano. It sounds like it's being moved further away from us. And now I'm going to bring it back and bring that piano closer. So subtle, of course. Now what's good about this, what's so beautiful about this is when you're creating spaces, you want to try and make in a mix it sound like band members are in different parts of the stage. And that's how you can achieve this with this piano. I could have this distance nice and close. And then I could have the drums or whatever, you know, so you can move stuff around your space. As I said, you've got presets here. Let's take this distance far away. And you can instantly click to spaces. Let's go to the large one, which is like a giant Taj Mahal. You can hear the difference when we add a lot of distance, and you can see what's happening here. This is very creamy. Is that's what we'll call it? Creamy. And when we take this distance, you can see even with the space. I mean, I don't know about you, but FabFilter apps are fucking sweet. They are beautiful. Creamy. I'm not saying that word, the M word, audible, no way. So we have a brightness here as well. Now remember, this is just the reverb. So now we've got a nice bright reverb. I'll shut up. So you can hear that going from bright, a much darker, dirtier tone. We'll add some thickness in there. Bit of character. Double click on anything to get back. We also have a stereo width. So let's turn this up. I'll shut up so you can hear it getting wider. So if you got cans on, you would have heard that. Now let's take out that width. Nice. Let me show you the ducking. So now we've turned up that ducking. Notice how the reverb's dropped in volume. Because this is the raw reverb, it's listening for each note of the piano so it can drop back and let that be the start of the show. So if we bring in our mix again, you're going to get a more defined main piano that allows the main piano to ring, and the reverb sits under it nicely. This is really good for clearing mixes. You might also want to go in here and do a low cut. So you can hear it ducking right now. Nice little feature, really good to have. Help you tidy up your mixes. If you've got too much reverb everywhere, that's the perfect place to go. Now, we also have an auto gate, which is great for drums, but we're going to show you here for effect. Probably not going to do what I want it to. With drums, we'll get a better result. We'll do that with drums next, yeah? I'll stop it for now. So the usual stuff that you have, so we've covered the decay up here as well. So this controls the EQ for the decay, all right? So if you want to bring down the low end, so you've got less decay for the low end. You want to say make the mids have a louder decay for the reverb. And this is an EQ for the overall reverb sound. Down the bottom, let me just show you the bottom section. So we have a MIDI learn section. So you can MIDI learn anything if you've got an external keyboard. So that's nice. You pretty much have all this stuff with, let's close this, with FabFilter stuff. We've got an analyzer. So you can decide what gets analyzed down the bottom. You can turn it off. You can have a pre and post or reverb and post. Pretty stock standard stuff. And down here we have our in and outs. So our main in and out volumes. There's really not too much there. You can copy presets. Oh, this is pretty standard stuff for FabFilter. So you find a sound you like, you can copy it, paste it, do all that kind of stuff, and then save it. You've got a nice little help thing up here as well. Let's go back over here. So you've got a help. So you can have help topics. So here's your help. Yeah. Get back over here. You can also have, where is it? I thought you could have the help stuff showing. So you've got the website. You've got FabFilter support. You can show your output metering there too. So you've got a little output meter there. Nice, sexy, we love it. Give me more. And that's about it. That is about it. So let's move over to some drums. Oh yeah, so the copy is for A, B, right? So you got two things. So we can copy and then come over to B, and we can paste in here. So you can do all of that good stuff that you can do with all of the FabFilter apparoonies. Let's mute this and bring in some drums, shall we? And have a play with some drums. I'm going to have what I set up before. We're going to load a hammerhead. And while I'm setting this up, right, because you don't need to see me set it up, do you? It's that time of the show, folks, where I need to pay the bills. And here on the channel, we're very open with you all and let you know that, yes, these shows are ad-supported. I know YouTube's cracking down with blockers, ad blockers, and but we have to run the ad, and I've had people tell me that they don't like having the show cut off for an ad, and then they come back and missed something I may have said. So around this time of the day, each show we play the ad. So the ad will be served. If you do not have YouTube Premium, you may or may not get served an ad that you can skip within a few seconds. It has been run, and hopefully it wasn't too intrusive. So I have running here Hammerhead, and we're going to open some extra tracks. So we're going to go boom, boom, and I'm using multi-bus here, so we can split these drums into separate tracks, so we can add a different reverb to each of them. It looks like too with Logic, they improved the multi-bus. Good stuff. All right, let me load up some drums. I've got this heavy metal drum kit. We'll turn that to manual. Wicked. So, if you don't know what multi-out is, we have this one channel here. Hi, Frank Terzo, the legend. So we've got this one channel of drums, but what I've done is I've taken the kick, snare, and the hat and split them into 3 individual channels that are being fed from this one. So now I can go in here and put a Pro R2 on each of them and give them different reverb effects. Like so. Done. So let's start with the kick. So we'll solo this kick. And I'm going to talk about the gating first. Let's turn on the gating. You hear that? Wow. How cool is that? You have complete control over how much reverb slips through. And why is this handy? This is very, very handy for drums. If you have a lot of drums close to each other, and again, similar to ducking, you're being able to give space in here by gating these sounds and creating really cool effects as well. Let's modulate it. So this is the sound by itself. Again, you may not even want to use the kick and just use this cool effect as something to go along with your drums. You can duck it as well. And you can lock this. Or you may just want a super short tail like that. So pretty neat stuff. Let's bring in our snare. Now, I haven't even touched on the freeze button yet. Hi, Barry and Sunshine. So now listen to that. Our snare has almost become a drum roll of reverb. You can do some sick shit with this app. And all I did was hit the freeze button. And what the freeze button does, it takes a snapshot of that reverb at that time and then leaves it going. It just freezes it. So if we bring our snare back in, great for creating drones, absolutely, Thomas. I'm going to go a bit crazy here. So as you can hear with this hat, it's just giving that nice little reverb. But this gating feature is wonderful. Hello, Clayton Von Kluge. Yes, Pepe's really got better, hasn't he? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, that gated snare is so much fun. So much fun. Let me just chill for a second. I don't think we're going to go too much longer today. I'll put some vocals on it. I'll run through some presets. Just deciding if I'm going to bring forward the my show. 10 minutes. I think we might do that. So I'm not going too long. So give me a second here, guys. We're just going to pop over to my Premiere, and I'm going to bring it forward 10 minutes if you will indulge me. So I'm not like rambling to you and keeping you here an extra 10 minutes just to talk for the sake of it. You know what I mean? Because we've all got things to do, places to go. I wasn't sure how long this would go today. And we've got Pete Johns coming up after my premiere. I'll bounce you over there after my premiere after this. Can I change the time? Edit premiere. Maybe not. I can't remember. How do you edit a premiere? Oh, here you go. So I'm going to change it to 10 minutes short. There we go. Done. And save. Sweet. Good stuff. All right. Thanks for your patience while I did that nonsense. It is great to see all these awesome people, isn't it, Clayton? Okay. Let me throw it on some vocals. We want to hear it on some vocals, don't we? Yeah, you want to hear it on some vocals? Because I like to sing. I don't know if you know this, but I do like a little bit of singage. Did I just say singage? Oh, God. Kill me. I just said singage. What the fuck? Hello, 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 hello. We have some volume. Hello, hello. Okay. We're going to add... some singage. Oh man, listen to that. That's just straight out. Let's do this. I want to swap between these new algorithms as well. You can probably hear the birds outside. I've got my window open. So you can see when we bring this distance closer, and then move it far away. La 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 la. Let's just hear the reverb by itself. Now, just so you know, you would have saw what I did there. Jumped into our preferences here. So we have all of these settings available to us to add an LFO, to modulate, right? So we've got all of our decay rate, distance, which is all these knobs up here. So we can get an LFO pumping in here, or even something like a Mooga Fuga, sending shit over to this, yeah? And also, so here are our nodes here. So our decay EQ bands and our post EQ bands, we can actually modulate these as well. So you can go in and modulate the frequency of these. You can do some pretty badass, weird fuckery with this. You know, the shape, the decay, because remember when you click on each of these nodes, you get all these extra options like the shelf and everything. So you can get right in here and get super down and dirty with all of this. So you can see, I'm not going to set one up right now, but you can see by me just moving them, kind of the effect you could get. Let's bring that vocal back in. And that's just the reverb there. So just to be, oops, sorry guys. Just to be clear, what you're hearing there, I'll go and do it again. You'll hear the decay when I bring down this down low. The decay is a lot less in the low end and down here. So you can have as many. I think it's how many nodes can you have in there? So I had that up just before. What do you got? 6 nodes. So it's a 6-node EQ. Let's bring this back in. So you can also use the auto gate alongside with this too. Pretty crazy stuff you can do, man. It's pretty nice. Should I grab? Because you guys know when I play live normally, on the weekends, I normally use an acoustic guitar and I have a specific setup that I use to create a reverb sound. I use Altether and I use Black Hole at the same time. So maybe I should grab my guitar and see if I can recreate. Can I recreate a really cool guitar sound? I wasn't planning on doing this, so my guitar's not ready. Here we go. Let's grab the acoustic. Let's see if I can create a similar wicked acoustic sound with a big splashy reverb like I do on my live performances. Okay, so we need to connect all this. Let's do it. Let's get a hardware input. We want number 1. Give it some volume. Okay, good stuff. Let's load up Pro. This is going to be lovely. Add a bit of mix in there. Hey, Bubba, good to see you, mate. Beautiful. We can take out some of that space. Nice. Sounds pretty good. And really easy to dial in. We haven't even covered presets yet. Let's take a look. So you've got ambiences, small ambient kind of rooms. You've got like a cool chorus thing here. Don't even need it. Listen to how nice that sounds. Beautiful. Lots of wonderful spaces in here. We've got a little closet for those of you who haven't come out yet. Got a dustbin. A dustbin, because that's where Russ lives. Then we've got small rooms. So we've got a nice base plate. No, this is this is my old faithful Bubba, my Yamaha, which is just beautiful. I love my Yamaha. Got a glassy guitar room. So we've got medium stuff in here. Look, there's so many. Look at them all. It's ridiculous. Got vocal, and everything's set up. So you've got vocal wood rooms, warm vintage sounds. We can get more dangerous with some larger ones. Let's get bigger. And again, heaps of them, heaps of them. Look at them all. It's ridiculous. What's this chapel one? This will be a big one. Fairly big, I think. There we go. Shall we get very large with eternity? Oh man, it's pretty fucking nice. And in here as well, let's zoom in and show you. I'm not going to go through all the presets because, you know, they're presets. They're great places to start off with, but it's up to you to do all this. And I'm sure there's going to be channels that just go through all the presets and that's all they do. You've got gated presets in here too, so you've got deep-seated stuff. So you can hear that gate. You've got tempo sync stuff, so slap back to tempo, drum slaps, EDM stuff. We'll quickly throw those on. We've got this drums here. Let's hit play. tempo sync, drum slaps. We'll add something to the vocal. What can I say? What can I say? This thing is sick. I'm going to clear this out because we're done. As you can see, FabFilter have come to the party again. But here's the question. Before we play our featured artist and get out of here, and then I send you over to my episode 5 of Walk With Me, the question is this enough of an upgrade for you if you already have Pro-R? There's plenty of other videos out there on YouTube. I encourage you to go watch them, get as much info as you can before you spend your hard-earned cash, because some of these things might not be, you might not need them. Pro-R is already an incredible app. These are really, really nice upgrades, but you know what I'm saying? You don't always need them. Apps aren't Pokemon. You don't need to collect them all. Pro-R is already amazing. You make the decision. It is currently $39.99 on iOS, $169 on, exactly, Coldacre. It'll probably do for you. This is the thing. Don't put yourself in financial debt just to have another fucking reverb. Right? You know what I'm saying? But I think it's awesome. 2 thumbs up from me, FabFilter. You kick ass. This is the reason you are the standard. The industry standard. Still just amazing stuff. All right, let me cover a couple of things quickly. So tomorrow on the show, we are taking a look at BAM. Finally taking a look at BAM. It's finally released. Really cool stuff. You're going to love it. The day after, we're going to take a look at Logic and the huge update that it got today. And then at the end of the week, we have Scars and Shadows coming on the show. She's amazing. You're going to love her music. She's just wicked. I can't wait for that. And let me tell you, I don't have a thumbnail yet, but this week's opening hour is Slayer. So we're doing a Slayer opening hour this week on the opening hour. I'm very excited about that. Lastly, there will not be an episode 6 of Walk With Me tomorrow, Walking With Me, okay? I need to have a cold bath today. I need to have a day for myself. My body is fucked. Let me tell you that. It is totally fucked. I will bounce you over to the episode of episode 5 in about 5 minutes' time. Okay, but I need to take 1 day break and then we'll be back doing it again. It was a big day yesterday, a big day. I walked 5 kilometers on the show and another 5 kilometers afterwards because I had to walk back to the place to film the drone shots that didn't work out. I walked 10 kilometers yesterday. I am fucked. All right, let's play our featured artist today, who will be interviewed here on the show this week. It is Scars and Shadows. This is Wounded. This song's great. And then I'll dump you over to hang out and watch the latest episode 5 Elastic featuring Russ's music. Let's do it. Do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. And you know what? We'll all rise together. See you over at my premiere if you'd like to come. Goodbye now.
This empty prison, broken apart, lost in